go. Let's just measure your oxygen saturation.
Pop a little mask on you.
I simply remember lying back on the bed, and then I was under. You're kind of like in a form of purgatory. The level of being under that I was a thing I believe called RASS-4, which means you're absolutely well out there. But the general accepted opinion is that I wouldn't have experienced anything.
Hiya, you're right. Hi, everyone.
Essentially, I got COVID and did the typical bloke thing, really, which has just left it far too long. And in the end, my wife went and overruled my protest that I was going to be all right, and called the doctor, who immediately called an ambulance. And I got the ambulance and went to Yeovil. They said that they were going to put me in a coma. And at that point, I said to the anaesthetist, is this kind of like a life-threatening scenario? And his exact words were, there's no guarantees at this stage. So, which at the time, I was like, oh, well, that's a bit of a bummer. That, for anyone that's wondering what this is like, I cannot recall any sound, like on TV programs where they got sounds of beeping and rushing around and all this kind of stuff. I simply remember lying back on the bed.
There we go. Let's just measure your oxygen
I'm just
saturation.
going to pop a little mask on you, or some oxygen.
Right.
Is there enough space at the back of the bed?
And then I was under. Yeah, when you're under, my experience was that it was like and you've got to remember, by the way, I was under for it was in November 2021, and I was under for 7 days. So all the things that were happening around me for 7 days, what I remember from the coma, it could be that it only happened for a few minutes or a few hours. I simply won't know. But the impression that I got was that it happened over a long period of time, as in days. And I understand that they were trying to get me out of the coma for 3 days, which isn't an uncommon thing, but that was actually one of the more frightening aspects of it, in that because now I know what I was experiencing. And to answer your question, you're kind of like in a form of purgatory where you're semi-aware on a very basic level of stuff, and you kind of got this like orangey red sort of band like in front of you. And with me, what happened was that there was this beeping sound, which I give with a spoiler alert, I only found this out a couple of months ago, but more than likely, in fact, almost certainly was the ventilator, because the noise matches perfectly. And there was this beeping sound. So it was like a child playing a single note on a xylophone repeatedly. So like beep, 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 and then a low beep. Then I'd hear children talking, which I now believe to be the medical staff perhaps reacting to something. And then the most bonkers aspect of it was this